Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to become a better PvPer. PvPing is one of the more difficult sides of Blox to understand because it's quite complex. Not as complex as say like TSB because I don't understand that at all, but it's entirely different things. I'll teach you guys some techniques, some tips, and some suggestions of what to do during PvP. I'll also be showing some clips so you guys can actually see that in practice. And at the end of the video, I'll be PvPing a couple of 30 mils just to show you guys it actually works. The first tech I'm going to show you guys is called Ken tricking. Many of you have probably already heard of Ken trick if you've done PvP or like have experienced already PvP. It's kind of like if you guys have ever played a game, a true combo in one of the Battlegrounds games. The ways to there's no combo is truly true in Blox unless they're using Cyborg or it's a really advanced combo with some really niche fighting style or just dragon spam. So, as you guys probably already know, if you get hit with an attack, you can dodge it with your instinct. Things like Sanguine Z, Sanguine C, or part of Sanguine C. I'll get into that a bit later. Dragonheart Z. Those are all Ken trickable. Or actually, they're all dodgeable. Ken trickable and dodgeable are kind of the same thing and kind of different. Another thing is, like, some moves are kind of Ken trickable and kind of not. Like, God Human C tap is Ken trickable, but when you hold it, it becomes un-Ken trickable. That's why it's really good for a combo starter because no matter what, they always get hit by the move. The same applies to Sanguine Z and Bloodblade Drain Sanguine Z. Sanguine C and Sanguine Z are very weird. If you can Sanguine Z while you've already been attached to it, the same applies with God Human Z. If you can it while you're attached to it, you'll stay stunned in that position, which may leave you open to a combo. But if you can before it, the person will just go straight through you. I'll show you guys some clips of me Ken tricking and then try to explain what's going on there. Let's get right into it. So in this clip right here, I'm PvPing a 25 mil. He's one of my crewmates. So we're just using wacky swords. As you can see right there, I actually did dodge his God Human C, even though it kept me stun locked. I was able to retaliate. In this case, I Ken tricked I dodged his upcoming Emperor Kitsune C. I was able to hit him with that combo right there. And then I moved down. He is low here, but he does have Angel. So I have to watch out for his combos. Kitsune combos are kind of hard to Ken trick because Kitsune C is another one of those moves where you have to kind of Ken it before, else you just get stun locked. With Kitsune Z especially, you just stay in place, so you can still get it comboed exactly as is. So he rushes me here. I hit a nice Z, a nice V, and miss my C. He's using Dark Dagger and I'm using Twin Hooks. We're mainly just using a weird sword. We decided to do weird sword thingies. So, sorry if this isn't the most peak Twin Hook gameplay. I go in for the Twin Hook. He dodges there by jumping over. He's really good with his Soul Guitar X. Oh, there we go. See another combo. I kenned it there, but I still got comboed because I didn't ken it beforehand. It negates the damage, but it still stuns you. So that's the real issue there. But moving into a bit later into the fight, he moves past that and immediately God Human sees me. I can that. By using my electric flash right there, I was able to escape the rest of the combo. It does have a bit of knockback, so if you have a quick movement ability, like your flash step available, I'll talk about flash steps a bit later in the video, but if you have a quick movement ability, you can actually escape it even if you do Ken it. That's the basic premise of Ken tricking. It gets a lot more complicated, and I'm not that great with Ken tricking, so it might be better to just go talk to if you see a pro and ask them about Ken trick. If you are gonna get into PvP, I would at least learn God Human Ken tricks, Sanguine Ken tricks, Dragon Talon, Shark, E-Claw. I would learn those main fighting styles. I would also learn some of the main swords you're seeing. Gravity Blade, CDK, Spiky Trident, and then I would also learn some of the main dominant fruits in the meta right now, like Kitsune. Once you learn that, will help you thrive in PvP, knowing which moves you can dodge and knowing which combos you can actually escape. Another thing I'm going to talk about is flash steps and your movement abilities. So, as you saw in that previous clip, I was able to escape his combo by using my V move. Again, this is an absurdly good movement ability, but stuff like Light V can be used to reposition. Kitsune F does not have to be used in combos. Same with Control F, Dark F. All of those like quick movement abilities can be really used to escape combos. But your main ability is gonna be Flash Step. Flash Step is a really simple ability. It just makes you go forward. I'm pretty sure y'all know that. But it's mainly used to escape combos in the situation. Some things you don't want to do while using Flash Step is Flash Step down like that. You could have just dashed down. If somebody's chasing you and you really need the Flash Step, but in retrospect, you should probably just hold it for a combo. I'm terrible with my Flash Step, especially when using Draco, that actually deals damage. As a Draco user, you can actually put them in a combo if it's on the floor, Flash Step into them, and it deals a good 3k damage, and applies a burn effect that breaks Instinct. But if you're just a normal race user or user without Draco, Kendrake's gonna be your bread and butter when it comes to escaping combos. Especially with Human that gives that 3 invisible Flash Steps, it can be really good. Or like Angel with the Flash Step in the air. You really need that to escape combos, so I would save it for one of those combos where you're stuck in a God Human Z. Same with most of your movement abilities. If they have long recharges, or if their range is not great. Just be aware of that when you're PvPing. The next thing I want to talk about is your build. The main question is if you're going to be a sword main or a fruit main. Those are the two main builds people stick to. You can become like a gun main if you're really skilled with guns, or you can become a glass cannon build and reduce your melee stat by a bit. But I would stick to either sword or fruit main as you're starting out. I'm going to start with guns first because it's probably the most simple and universal between each two. Guns I see are Venom Bow, Skull Guitar, Dragon Store, and Kabucha. All these are very great. These three are more combo bows. Same with the Sitting Rifle if you use it. And Dragon Storm is more for just chip damage and for V4 spamming. The Z move is really good, and the X move is really good for wearing down Kens because it aim tracks and reduces Ken by I think 2. These two are really good because they have their like stream move, which basically sets them up for free Ken tricks. Venom Bow and the Sitting Rifle apply tick damage, which makes your combos harder to Ken. So they're very good for like builds that have some easy Kens. Next, I'm gonna go into swords. Honestly, swords, it's honestly just up to you. Some good sword suggestions I do suggest if you're just starting out. Gravity Blade's a really easy one to learn. Yama's a really easy one to learn. Box Lamp, Shark Anchor, both really easy to learn. TTK, CDK, both really easy to learn. These have good combo potential and work well into most builds, especially with most meta fighting styles. They're really easy to learn. Yama's another great one if you want an easy one to learn. Just because they're easy to learn doesn't mean they're unskilled. These actually have pretty high skill ceilings. But if you're just starting out, it's really easy to just get into and get to learn. Your accessory is a big thing. For accessories make a big impact on your build. Like my accessory decreases a bunch of damage by 50%, give me 1,000 more HP, and blocks C damage, so it's really good if I'm PvP near water and get hit in. Some great ones I see are Leviathan Shield's a great one. This is the one I use. Zebra Cap is actually, I don't know why more people don't use it. It's pretty good. Pale Scarf's a really good one if you've got Portal and you just want to kill as many people as possible for bounty because it increases your instinct range, but it ain't that great in terms of survivability. It does give you 2 more instinct dodges though. Dino Hood's the best offensive fruit item. So it gives you 10% fruit damage, 10% melee damage, movement speed, and health. If you go to really fast build like Kitsune or their Transform, Pilot Helm's really good. Any of the Hunter Capes are really good. Same with the bandanas; those are all really good. Other than that, I would mainly just stick to those. Swan Glass is another really good one. Same with Kitsune. Remember, these both are really nice ones I don't see many people using, but they are really good in practice. And finally, for fruits, again, there's no real good fruit for you. You can kind of pick any fruit. Pick any fruit, say you like it. If you don't like it, switch to new fruit. I would get the Awakening on a fruit before you completely throw it out the window if it has an Awakening, or vice versa in Adam Hill, unless the Adam Hill is pretty expensive. I wouldn't start with super expensive fruits and then work your way down. I would start with really cheap fruits so you can switch them out pretty easily and learn your preferences. I'm not going to go into all depth of the entirety of the fruits, but some fruits are defensive and some fruits are offensive. Like Rumble's a really passive fruit, while Kitsune is a really offensive fruit. Same with like Ice is a defensive fruit because you want them to come to you and wait for them to make a mistake. Uh, Passive fruits play more passive and kind of wait for their enemy to come to them. It could be seen that kind of frustrates some people, and passive versus passive fruits are very annoying. Like someone's gonna make a move eventually. Aggressive fruits just want to keep pushing the enemy so they don't have good time to react or can. Kind of like Kitsune, T Rex, Dragon. Those are really offensive fruits with high damage. But once you know how to counter it, it's pretty easy. Okay. The final thing I want to talk about is the type of people you PvP. If you're a 2.5 mil, I understand not wanting to PvP like a 30 mil. But if you see a 3 mil or a 4 mil and you have some PvP experience, even if you're still just 2.5 mil, go and PvP them. Even if you lose, it will help you learn. And if you're a 15 mil, once you kind of pass 10 mil, the lines become kind of blurry. I would say a 10 mil and 15 mil aren't that far apart, purely by skill. And a 20 mil to 30 mil aren't that far apart. It just matters of bounty. Bounty in general is not a great determination of skill because you can get it just from spamming. But don't be afraid to PvP players of higher level or higher bounty. And especially if you have challenged somebody in PvP, don't run. If you openly challenge somebody, you guys are having a fair 1-on-1. Please don't run. Please don't pop before. It's not fun for the other person. It kind of ruins the functionality and like enjoyability of the fight. Also, if you are aware your build is spamming, I don't have anything against that. Just my only comment to you guys is, you guys, if you guys get caught out of transform or out of your build, you just won't have any things to defend yourself. Try learning combos. Try learning all the tech in your fruit, and you'll really thrive in PvP. Now, if you guys want to stay, I do have a couple showings of some PvP duels with some high mighty players. You don't have to stay to watch that. If you don't stay, thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Here it is. Thank you all so much for watching to the end. If you guys did enjoy this type of content, consider subscribing. It really helps me a lot. Anyway, hope you guys have a great time PvP. I hope you guys improve a lot. Thank you all for watching our content. Have a nice day.